Huh. I'll be taking that. Mm-hmm. Weird. This looks nothing like the rest of the area. Hello, I'm new to Reddit and I was wondering how to open the church in Nier Automata.
Can you describe the building you're asking about a little more? There's not really a church that I can remember, but there's a couple of things I can think of that you might be referring to here.
Sorry, it's the place in the underground copied city where you fight the boss Adam. I can open the door to the church area fine, but my friend who's at the same part of the game as me can't open it.
I don't think you can enter any building in the copied city. We're gonna need some screenshots.
It's Friday, June 10th, 2022, and a new internet mystery begins. This is the mystery that shook the Nier community. Some footage in this video is from players around the community. Their links will be in the description of this video, as well as the music too. Before we begin the mystery, whatever you do, don't look at the comments. This story has many twists and turns, and finding it out as it happened was one of the greatest moments in gaming I can remember. So do yourself a favor, get comfortable, pour a glass of GAMERSUPPS, and hit full screen. This gets wild. Secrets are synonymous with entertainment, references to other art, files hidden in the code, legitimate ways to solve illegitimate mysteries. Nier Automata is a game founded on secrets, and Nier Automata just had its biggest secret to date discovered after 5 long years. Or did it? You see, that part is the center of this mystery. If you're unfamiliar with Nier, the plot of this game is complex as it is thought-provoking and confusing. The themes of the game explore prejudices from one to another, and a simple story about androids sent to destroy robots turns into way more. Something important for this story is that Nier has a lot of endings. 27 endings as far as I know, and some endings are so complex it took years to crack the code. The last ending was discovered by Lance McDonald, and you should definitely watch this video if you have some spare time. The short summary is that by standing in this spot and inputting very specific moves on your controller, the player would skip to the final cutscene of the game. Tons of hours skipped, chapter select unlocked, debugging mode unlocked, and an in-game trophy room unlocked too. You can just tell how deep the rabbit hole goes in this game, and the game's creative director Yoko Taro is a mysterious and unpredictable character to say the least. He has always been cryptic, so any sort of secret isn't out of the realm of possibility. On June 14th, after user Sad Futago's original Reddit post, he followed it up with screenshots of the mysterious church he was able to get inside. Comments followed requesting video of just what happened inside, and 4 days later, Sad Futago delivered this. Futago, while exploring the copied city level, walks near a wall and is prompted to open a previously unknown door. And just like that, the video ended, leaving the entire Nier community stunned. Speculation began among fans, with many dismissing the legitimacy of this secret. 1 month passes, and Futago posts once more, this time with a higher quality video of his characters entering the door, sliding down a long ladder, and running down a twisting, dimension-bending hallway. Within a matter of hours, Twitter, Reddit, and even popular news sites picked up the story and began speculating, with prominent Nier creators offering their 2 cents on this secret door. But Futago wasn't finished, and after a few hours, he posted the video that would send this story into gaming history. This is the moment where the Nier community began questioning if this mystery was in fact a developer-made ARG for a new Nier title. After all, how could fans create something of this quality? Futago claimed he couldn't do anything in here, and the Black Presence was not able to be interacted with or hit. This was when the post went crazy and made the whole subreddit jump out of their chairs. People instantly hopped on the game, chapters selected to the copied city, worked their way through, fought Adam, and nothing. Okay, then skipped the Adam boss fight, and nothing. Maybe if they start a brand new game, fresh file, made their way through all the way to this exact point in the game, raw, for the first time ever, and nothing. This room was clearly real. I mean, Futago showed every ounce of proof to its credibility. So there was clearly something the community was doing wrong, right? This was quickly tackled by the modding community of Nier, and after days of trying to reverse engineer the code of this situation, nothing could be found. This not only sent the new Church Hunt Live Discord into shambles, but the community as a whole. If not even Futago knew how to set up this scenario again, and nobody else could, then what the hell happened? As a modder on the subreddit put it,
if this is truly a secret so well hidden that no one else knows about it, that probably means it requires an insanely specific set of conditions or inputs to initially unlock that. Futago just somehow managed to do it without even realizing it, and could possibly never describe what they did to unlock this. In other words, Futago is the one monkey that managed to finally type out the entirety of Hamlet.
Okay, so Futago can't figure out how he did it. He just stumbled upon it and asked a question. Modders can't figure it out either, and everyone is hungry for an answer. Now outside interests were involved with this secret, and people started making memes about the situation. Memes of tired gamers trying to get to the bottom of this mystery, and memes of people making up the scenario in other games. My favorite one being the Mario 64 one, well done. As with most things on the internet, however, there were a lot of voices in the room, and quickly the frustration of no answers being found sparked debate again on whether this church was fake or not. The case for this being real is simply in how professional the church and its surrounding environment look. Futago would have had to have cracked custom modeling, animation scripting, custom doors, dialogue triggers, custom cutscenes, boss encounters, resource points, and more to make a post for some clout on Reddit. The Nier modding community began the process of trying to mock up the hidden church, just to see if it's possible to add into the game. And Discord user Meows and Stuff told Kotaku in their article on the subject, it's still a work in progress.
I had only started working on it yesterday in order to visualize what the church would have looked like. It's possible that the way I have modeled it may not be immediately compatible with Nier's engine, as it lacks important stuff such as textures on new areas.
The other pieces of the argument for it being real was that Sad Futago is playing on PlayStation 4 and appears to be using the 1.0 version of Nier Automata. That is, a version that hasn't had any updates roll out in the 5 years since release. It's possible this existed in the original files of the game. People started going down the rabbit hole even further, overthinking, and players pointed to the name Futago, which means twins in Japanese, saying that it fits the theme of the game and the characters, so it could be an inside job. This was quickly debunked by Futago himself, saying it was just a clan name. Something weird is that based on Futago's Reddit comment history, there's some sort of language barrier, and Futago is a bit cryptic on responses. But he also references having to use his mom's phone, so it could be likely that our mystery church door guy is a child.
Child.
The final argument for this being real is the attention to detail in the room, with references to other Platinum Games titles including Bayonetta and Nier Replicant. But at the release of Nier Automata, this wouldn't have even been close to announced. Now for the arguments against this being real, with Lance McDonald, the player who solved the last ending, and the modding community itself in leading the charge.
No idea how they made this video still, but it's clearly not what they say it is. They're lying about the situation.
There is always a shadow of doubt that gets casted with any major launch table myth that gets spread. The modding community actually made a 14-page Google Doc trying to debunk every single thing that Futago claimed in his post and parts of the video. Parts of the document detailed down to image discrepancies found in the footage, the character model in the clip which matches a Yora character model in last year's Nier Replicant.
Yoko Taro games are so full of references, it's totally within reason that he would make a hidden area with more references. Anyone who knows Yoko Taro knows that, so a modder would totally use it to try and make their hoax more believable.
Another theory is that since a version of Nier Automata is coming to Nintendo Switch in October, this church could be a marketing scheme. Part of what was fueling this conspiracy theory is that Sad Futago continued posting on Reddit, but he appeared to be repeating exactly what other people are saying about the discovery. While it's possible there's a language barrier, others believe that perhaps this is a case of someone forgetting to log out of their account while trying to pose as other people. So, players went straight to Yoko Taro on Twitter, and in Taro fashion, he's said to check his Twitter profile, which says this. Yeah, he's a legend for this one. Someone then made a post saying that they found the door, but it was quickly proven to be fake. So now we're left with an either real or fake scenario being copied by definitely fake scenarios. A cryptic Reddit account made only a month ago that is probably a kid who doesn't speak good English, and a frustrated modding community that can't fully crack the case. So we were left with a few possibilities. This was in fact Yoko Taro having a laugh. Platinum Games was releasing a new Nier title. The source code or dev tools for Nier Automata had been leaked, or the modding community was far more talented than originally thought. This is where I thought the story would end, until Futago made another post. On July 27th, Futago posts this.
What's that?
The blob was now alive, attacking him, new dialogue, and some new moves never before seen. He then goes on to post again only 2 hours later, showing that the object on the left side of the room gave him a Korean message, even though it's in Japanese. This translates to a quote from Nier Replicant, and this story somehow found a way to get weirder. So another day goes by, and Futago, using that bit of dog in him, comments on some fan art of 2B. Then he posts this. Okay, well that's odd. Then he posts this. Then this. Then this. Then finally, the word Zinnia. Okay, this is confusing, so let's brush up on our timeline quickly. Sad Futago posts a question 2 months ago about the church, is asked to provide screenshots, waits a month before providing them randomly, then a video of proof after, gets the Nier community taken by storm with people saying it's fake and some saying it's real, while others say it's a marketing play, gets a whole forensic search for who he could be, stays cryptic and posts more and more of this church area. A day or two goes by, and he posts more updates of the room, this time with the blob, and then another video of beating the blob and reading Japanese. Finally, he posts seemingly random pictures of models never before seen. Or have they been seen before? Drakengard 3 is another game in Platinum Games' library, and these statues, as Lance McDonald put it, are imported. So Futago, or whoever created this, is able to do things in the Nier Automata's engine that no one has ever publicly shown themselves to be able to do outside of Platinum Games. And then it gets weirder. Futago on the very same night would not only go on to add pictures with letters, but would update his Reddit bio, letter by letter, until this was spelled. A Twitch link to ZE34_Zinnia, a channel with no profile picture and no previous streams. This sent the Nier community up to the moon, and the final message, in Japanese, 3 hours. Not ARG, not official. This would result in the Nier community and outside gaming communities to gather in waiting to watch this event unfold. What would be revealed? The next Nier title? A new Drakengard? The Switchport of Nier? It could have been a paper bag sandwich, but all eyes were going to be on this stream. 3 hours passed and tens of thousands of eagerly awaiting viewers finally got their answer.
That's Drakengard 7.
Shut the fuck up.
One of, if not the greatest video game mystery, was now one of, if not the greatest video game troll. The work of Woeful Wolf, Raider B, and Devilish Revenge, 3 now infamous modders, pulled off the greatest promotion of a fan-made mod pack in gaming history. The rabbit hole, the legitimacy turned cynical, Yoko Taro's involvement not really there, the slow communication leading to speculation, the hysterical attention in the Nier modding Discord. Seriously, some guy was reading lore while somebody else was playing piano. The fact that one of these modders, Raider B, was working on this from a laptop on a beach while on vacation. Every single detail of this mystery has been etched into gaming history. For the Nier fanbase, there is such a dedicated modding community that this conclusion actually is quite satisfying, with many users asking for the tools used to create this mod. And for the broader gaming community, this has struck a spark of interest for the Nier franchise, myself included. This is why gaming is special. It's not just the great lengths of passion put into the original product, it's the art the communities are willing to push further, and in this case, poke a little fun at everyone. If by any chance you liked, learned, or just coasted by the video to get to this point, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel where I cover other gaming community stories. Thank you all, and to the Nier community, this great mystery will never be forgotten.
What the hell is even happening?
Can I just say, as illegible that entire thing was? I like it. Guys,
I like it. It's 3 symbols, so it's 3 houses.